You may have found that one person that ticks all your boxes, the one that puts a big grin on your face when you see them and makes the butterflies in your belly leap for joy, the one you can't get enough of, the one you can't wait to spend the rest of your life with, your life partner. Yes, they meet all the requirements you want and you can't wait to say I do, right? But wait a second. Have you considered that marriage is not all about feeling butterflies in your belly? It's not only just about love. Marriage is so much more. Before walking down the aisle, there are vital things you must know. These must-know tips can go a long way to make your marriage enjoyable and last longer. Today, we'll be listing 8 things you must know before saying I do. Welcome to All Round Growth YouTube channel, where we lay the building blocks for sustainable all-round growth. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do so. Click the subscribe button and hit the notification icon so you won't miss out on our upcoming videos like this one. So let's get started with number 1. 1. Feelings can be fickle. You fell head over heels in love with this person before marriage, but you have to know these feelings can fickle with the rise of responsibilities in marriage. You won't always have that mushy feelings all the time. Marriage can come with lots of responsibilities. You have your partner to take care of, your career is also on the line to attend to, and then children come in that needs attention and care too. And not just this, you may even meet persons who might seem better than your spouse. But hey, always do your best to fight every feeling of comparison and equally remember that love is beyond mere feelings and admirations. It is a choice and a call to commitment, responsibility, and sacrifice. Always know that your partner is unique in their own way and can grow into all you want them to be with time. Marriage is the binding factor that makes this commitment-driven love last long. Sometimes, all these responsibilities mentioned earlier can be demanding and overwhelming that before you know it, there might be a tendency to gradually shift your focus from your partner to children or to your career. Your partner may start getting little or no attention and start feeling neglected. But in all these, never forget that marriage is all about commitment. Commitment to always keep the affection you both feel burning, and not even have to allow it to get to that point of having to reignite the affection. So devise means and strategies to manage your time well, to create ample time for your children, your career, yourself, and your partner. Do those things that will keep you both in love. Create special and quality memories and keep the flame of love burning. Number 2 on our list is, know that disagreements and misunderstandings can arise. Even with your siblings and other relatives you grew up with, you might have had disagreements while growing up. Talk more about another person you might have just met a few months ago or years back and who you now want to spend the rest of your life with. It's sometimes difficult to see 2 people coexist without disagreements. There can be instances where arguments arise in a bid to understand each other better, take decisions, or agree on an issue. It might not be a steady thing, but it's likely to surely occur. Seeing that both you and your partner react to things differently and may have different mindsets on things due to past experiences, childhood upbringing, peer influence, and even religious points of view. In marriage, disagreements and misunderstandings can occur, but how you handle this conflict of perspective will determine if it will escalate further or not. During such disagreements, take deep breaths. Allow your partner to explain their view and do likewise and come to an agreement calmly. Sometimes, trying to talk at the same time will only lead to more heated arguments. Apologize when and where wrong, and also remember your partner is not perfect and sometimes they misinterpret things. Number 3, know and understand your partner's personality and their reaction to things. So marriages face crisis at the earlier stage due to personality clash and different reaction to things by their spouses. Before you say I do, you'll have to understand your partner's personality and reactions to situations. Different people have different temperaments, and hence it can affect the way they respond to issues and life situations. Some persons are introverted, others extroverted, some sanguine, melancholy, phlegmatic, and choleric. Some are conservative in nature, while some are just naturally extravagant. Knowing and understanding your partner's personality will aid communication and avoid unnecessary misunderstandings and arguments. Have you understood your personality and that of your partner? So share with us, what's your personality and how do you react to things due to this personality? Do you have any difficulty understanding your partner? 4. You will share in what goes on in their lives too. Before walking down the aisle, remember you are going to share in whatever goes on in your partner's life. Their joy will become yours, their wins will become yours too, and even their burdens will be carried together too. Directly or indirectly, what they go through in life will affect you one way or the other. You two become a team. It's not always rosy in marriage. Even life hasn't been rosy. And hey, marriage is a part of life, right? There can be times when your partner might be going through trying times. When this happens, know that you have to stick with them. You two are meant to cross this difficult bridge together. Give your partner all the necessary support and encouragement they need. Be there always for them when they need you, and also be open to your partner. Let them in on your plans, dreams, ambitions, goals, struggles, and achievements. Don't keep secrets. Always have their back and go through situations with them. But in a situation whereby you allow them to go through the gloomy phase alone, the other party may tend to start withdrawing, and we all know what withdrawal can cause in a marriage. It slowly breaks the bond. So before tying the knot, know that you will always support your partner, not only when things are rosy, but in difficult times too. 5. Know and understand your partner's value system and mindset on certain key issues. In the world today, most marriages pack up because the couple fails to discuss some important issues during courtship. You must know your partner's value system and their view pertaining to issues like polygamy, monogamy, number of children to have, where to reside, who pays the bills, what's their turn-offs and turn-ups, their areas of strength and weakness, religious views, social-cultural views, and so on. There are also couples who work in different locations, and there are couples who work from home or do a 9-to-5 job. You should discuss these things and more with your partner in order to avoid disagreements in the future, and also plan how you want your family to look like. Do you know there are couples out there who practice open marriage and polygamy, and they live comfortably with it? However, to them, it might not be a big deal because they have had the conversation earlier before tying the knot. But when a discussion like this is skipped before marriage, couples tend to see it as infidelity, and in most cases can lead to divorce. Know what you're getting into on time. Have those important discussions during courtship so it won't become a big deal when you two finally get married. 6. Know your partner's financial status. Money can be an uncomfortable discussion to have before marriage. But is the discussion important? Yes, it absolutely is. Before marriage, couples are encouraged to disclose their financial situation to one another. From a discussion like this, couples can determine how best to manage their finances, whether they can have joint accounts or separate accounts. Like we said earlier, couples become a team when they get married. Knowing each other's finances is essential as both of you will be running a home together. For instance, there are cases where couples agree on having a fixed joint account and separate accounts at the same time. They know their income every month and agree on the percentage to deposit in the joint account within a time frame. They usually utilize the money in the joint account for investments like setting up a new business, buying landed properties, and the family upkeep in general. It works for them and they are happy doing it. This can be because they have long agreed to open a joint account before getting married. But there are people who are not comfortable with having joint accounts with their partners. They might have other ways to manage their finances, which might also work out for them. So imagine not having discussions like this before getting married. Such has the potential to cause lots of damage later on in the marriage. 7. Know your partner's genotype, blood group, and fertility status. Yes, you heard that right. While many know how important it is to run the genotype, blood group, and fertility test, unfortunately, many do not. And most times, it's not even about being educated or not. We have seen several cases where two educated couples end up having children who are SS genotype. This can be because they failed to run the necessary tests due to ignorance of not knowing how important the tests are. We know you both deeply love each other, but imagine not running the fertility test before marriage. You finally get married and you discover that the other party cannot reproduce, or you both keep giving birth to SS children. It's a different thing if the two of you run the tests, get not so comfortable results, know the repercussions, and still insist on going on with the marriage. Here you know the consequences and have made up your minds to deal with them. But being in the dark about all this is another ballgame entirely. The regrets, the frustration, and so many negative feelings that come with it can be overwhelming, which can even lead to divorce. Therefore, know your partner's genotype, blood group, and fertility status. Run the necessary medical tests before marriage. 8. Watch out for red flags. Paying attention to red flags during courtship is important before marriage. Does your partner flare up whenever there's a little conflict? Does your partner always attempt to hit you during an argument? Does your partner manipulate you emotionally? Is the relationship filled with constant verbal fights? Does your partner break things or throw them at you when angry? All these and more are sensitive red flags that one has to find out before saying I do. Love is beautiful, same as marriage, but when you find any toxic traits in your partner that you feel you can't handle when married, it might be safer not to push the marriage button. So before agreeing to spend the rest of your life with someone, make sure you both have the necessary discussions. Know if you two are compatible. And always bear in mind that challenges often erupt in marriage. These tips listed will help you know how to deal with some of these challenges even before they arise. They can also help you avoid lots of marital issues. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and let us know in the comment section, do you think love is enough for a healthy marriage? To your happy marriage and home. Cheers!